Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV in conjunction with Colfax High School presents Viking Pre-Game. A look at today's Colfax Vikings Girls game. And now, Viking Pre-Game.
Good evening and welcome to the NLWN-TV studios. Rick Olson here, and tonight the 14-6 Viking girls are getting ready for a Dunn-St Croix Conference matchup as they prepare to take on the Elmwood Plum City Wolves, who are currently sitting at 5-7 in the Dunn-St Croix Conference and 6-14 overall. Now, coming up in this edition of Viking Pregame, we'll take a look at tonight's matchup between the Wolves and the Vikings. Then we'll get Coach Serrar's perspective on tonight's game in Coach's Corner. Following that, we'll send it out to Elmwood High School, where we'll bring you all the play-by-play action of tonight's game. So it's time to get ready for some exciting high school girls basketball. All that coming up right after this brief timeout. You're tuned to Viking Pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Welcome back to Viking Pregame, where we're getting ready to bring you all the action of tonight's girls basketball game as the Colfax Vikings prepare to do battle with Dunn-St Croix Conference opponent, the Elmwood Plum City Wolves. The 14-6 Vikings, who are 9-3 in the Dunn-St Croix Conference, are looking to get back on the winning track following Tuesday's 59-56 nail-biting loss to the Elk Mound Mounders. Now, in that losing effort, the Vikings fought hard in a seesaw game that was never securely in the victory column for either team until the final buzzer. Leading the way for the Vikings in that valiant effort was the performance of 5'7" junior McKenna Shipman, who hit on 6 of 12 field goal attempts, one of which was a three-pointer for 13 points. 5'9" senior Ainsley Olson followed by nailing 3 field goals and went 6 for 8 from the charity stripe for 12 points. And 5'10" junior Jeanette Hajdukovic sunk 4 field goals and went 2 for 4 from the free throw line for 10 points. On the boards, Hajdukovic led the way with 9 rebounds, followed by Olson with 7, and sophomore Kaysen Goodell with 5. Now, so far on the season, leading the way for the Vikings in scoring is Shipman, who's shooting 42% from the floor, including 32% from three-point land, while scoring over 17 points per game. She's followed by Hajdukovic, who's hitting on 48% of her shots from the floor, while averaging just over 7 points per game, and 5'9" senior Ainsley Olson, who adds another 6. Leading the way on the boards this season is Shipman, who's averaging nearly 7 rebounds per game, while Hajdukovic is pulling down over 6, and Olson is grabbing almost 5.5 rebounds per game. The Elmwood Plum City Wolves are currently 6-14 on the season and 5-7 in the Dunn-St Croix Conference. The Wolves were also in action on Tuesday night when they defeated the Boyceville Bulldogs 35-28. Look for the Wolves to be led in scoring by senior guard Hannah Forster, who is putting up nearly 10.5 points per game. She's followed by sophomore forward Haley Webb, who's pitching in almost 7 points per game. Now, on the boards, Elmwood Plum City is led by Forrester, who's grabbing over 9 rebounds per game, while Isabella Forrester is pulling down 5.5 per game. Thus far on the season, the Wolves are scoring an average of 30 points per game while giving up 36. On the other hand, the Vikings are averaging 53 points per game while giving up 40. Now, coming up next after this timeout, we'll get the coach's perspective as we chat with Viking head coach Courtney Serrar on Coach's Corner. You're tuned to Viking Pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Soon the weather will change and you'll be able to breathe in the clean fresh air of spring. And you know what comes right along with that. That's right, it will be time for Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball. Follow the Cavaliers all season long right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and NLWN-TV. Be sure to check out our website at www.northernlightwebcastingnetwork.com for our current broadcast schedule.
Time now to see what the coaches have to say. It's Coach's Corner, what they look at tonight's game from the coach's point of view. And now, Coach's Corner.
Once again on Coach's Corner, we're talking with Viking girls head coach Courtney Serrar. And Coach, last Tuesday, the Vikings played one of the more entertaining games of the season. And although the results weren't exactly what you were hoping for, the game with the 20-1 Elk Mound Mounders did show that the Vikings can challenge pretty much any team. Your comments about that game?
Yeah, I was really impressed with how we played. I was, happy, that the girls were able to make the adjustments, that I wanted to make. The energy and effort was there. Made a couple of mistakes down the stretch that I think, had gone in a different way. Maybe the outcome would be different, but, you live and you learn. And mostly I was just impressed with, how they played hard and, did what I asked. And overall, I thought it was a good game. And, most importantly, it showed the girls that, when we're playing our best, like you said, we can play with anybody.
You made that comment about you live and you learn. One of the things people tend to forget that this season's Vikings are a fairly young team with only 2 seniors. Now, that means that those young players have had a lot of opportunity to mature basketball-wise. Can you comment about the progress those young players have made this season?
Yeah, for sure. Like you said, we really only have, one kid back who has, a significant amount of, varsity floor experience. Molly, Jeanette, and Ainsley all have, experience too. But, with the crew that I had last year, the 4 seniors, they shared, the majority of our minutes on the floor. So we knew it was going to be a learning experience, and I got a couple kids starting and a couple kids off the bench who had never even seen the varsity floor last year. So just getting used to the pace, and play of the game, I think was an adjustment of itself, and probably took about half the season, for them to kind of figure things out and, knowing more plays and knowing, more situational things. Not only is it harder physically, but it's harder mentally too. So I've been impressed with, how they've, grabbed the bull by the horns and shown that, they want to get better. They want to learn those things. And I think, towards the end of the season is when things were, going to start clicking for us. And I hope, that our game against Southbound was just the start.
Well, not only that, but it bodes well for a couple of upcoming seasons yet, because you're going to be bringing back some experienced rosters, and that's going to be pretty exciting. Now, tonight, the Vikings travel to Elmwood to take on the Elmwood Plum City Wolves. What can you tell us about the Wolves?
They have a lot of, really athletic kids that I like. I think one of our biggest weaknesses against Elkbound in our last game was just, we'd play great defense and then, we wouldn't secure the rebound. So we've talked a lot in practice about how, some of these girls are super athletic and you can't jump with them. So you have to make sure you box and rebound. If our defense comes to play, I think they're going to have a hard time scoring. And I'm hoping that, we don't just kind of settle and continue to take steps in the right direction for, us as a group. We need to still get better regardless of who our opponent is.
Now, a month ago, the Vikings defeated the Wolves 60-27. However, since then, the Wolves have won 4 of their last 6 conference games, including Tuesday night's 35-28 win over Boyceville. What difference do you expect to see in the Wolves over the team that your girls defeated a month ago?
Coming off of, 4 out of 6, you're probably feeling a little bit more confident, more sure of yourself. So, like I said, I'm not, we can't worry about what they're going to do. We have a good game plan established. So we just have to worry about us and go in and play hard.
Well, Coach Farrar, good luck on tonight's game. Hopefully the Vikings will get right back to their winning ways and set the stage for some WIAA action just a little bit later on.
Thank you.
You've been listening to Coach's Corner, where they look at tonight's game from the coach's point of view. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? My. Oh.
Welcome back to Viking pregame. The 14-6 Vikings are trying to get back to their winning style and prepare for the upcoming WIAA playoffs later this month. Meanwhile, the Elmwood Plum City Wolves are trying to find a way to get a conference record at the 500 mark. Now, these two teams met back on January 10th, and the Vikings came out on top in that game 60-27, and the Wolves would like to show that they're better than that score indicated. So the stage is set for some exciting girls high school basketball, and we'll have all the action for you right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. So in just a moment, we'll send it out to Elmwood High School, where our broadcast crew will bring you all the action of tonight's girls' game between the Colfax Vikings and the Elmwood Plum City Wolves. You've been tuned to Viking Pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
The Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-2 are proud to announce that this spring they will be your viewing home for Eau Claire Cowboys football. Check out www.northernlightwebcastingnetwork.com for times and dates. That's Eau Claire Cowboy football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-2.
You've been tuned to Viking Pregame with a look at today's Colfax Vikings girls game. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Stay tuned. Coming up next is live Colfax Viking basketball.
It happens to everyone eventually. Your computer goes on the fritz. Fear not, Sladen's Technology Services can help. When your computer decides to not cooperate, it can be very frustrating. Let Sladen's Technology Services keep you from wanting to drive your computer right off a cliff. Sladen's Technology Services supports business of all sizes. They offer assistance with managed anti-malware, encrypted email, fast tech support, data backup, and recovery, and more. Call Sladen's Technology Services at 715-864-2833 and get the IT help you desire. Sladen's Technology Services is the official IT service for the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
Colfax Viking basketball is on the air.
And the long pass down and in by Hajdukovic.
The Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV proudly presents tonight's Colfax Viking girls varsity basketball game.
Long pass down the floor to Olsen. She stops, puts it up, she hit it!
Join us as we head out to the gym for tonight's Viking basketball.
This gets it over to the left side to Shipman, three-pointer. She hit it! McKenna Shipman with the three puts the Vikings on top 3-2. Good evening and welcome to Elmwood High School. And the Vikings are getting ready to take on the Elmwood Plum City Wolves in a Dunn-St. Croix Conference matchup. Vikings come into tonight's game with an overall record of 14-6. They're 9-3 in the Dunn-St. Croix Conference. In the junior varsity game, the Viking JV defeated the Elmwood Plum City Wolves by a score of 45-4. Rick Olson here with you, along with Dustin Nigaman, keeping the numbers straight for us. He did a great job over in Altoona, so we decided to bring him along again. And Lynn Nigaman on the camera, and I'm expecting fabulous things from her, as she did a great job also. And want to give a shout out to a staff member here at Elmwood High School. His name is Brock and he helped make sure that we are able to get on the air by lining us up with the special certificate you have to put on your computer in order to connect to the Wi-Fi here, and he was able to get us lined up with that, and we thank him for that, or else we wouldn't be able to be with you tonight, and here we are. This reminder that tonight's Colfax High School basketball game is brought to you by the Colfax Animal Hospital. Let Dr. Buckley and his friendly staff take care of your pet. Dairy State Bank, where they're banking on relationships. Midwest Environmental Consultants, soil testers for the Chippewa Valley. Anderson Bridges, who've been manufacturing prefabricated steel truss bridges since 1989. Slayton's Technology, IT provider for the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax, comfort food the way Mom used to make it. And FitFam Nutrition of Colfax, with drinks that taste as good as their names sound, plus they're healthy. So be sure to thank these fine sponsors for bringing you Colfax Viking Basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Looking at the starting lineups for tonight's game, starting with the visiting Vikings. They'll start with 5'6" sophomore guard Kason Goodell. Then 5'6" senior guard Molly Hydorn. 5'9" senior forward Ainsley Olson. 5'10" junior center Jeanette Hajdukovic. And 5'7" junior forward McKenna Shipman. For the Elmwood Plum City Wolves, senior guard Allison Fleischauer. Sophomore forward Haley Webb. Senior guard Isabella Forster. Another senior guard Hannah Forster. And another senior guard, Lily Webb. So we have Fleischauer, Webb and Webb, Forster and Forster. And that's who we're going to be facing tonight. And we're all ready for that. And I'll tell you what, why don't we take a bit of a timeout, get a couple words from our sponsors, and we'll be back with tonight's basketball game between the Colfax Vikings and the Elmwood Plum City Wolves. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network, NLWN-TV, and Viking TV.
January is Financial Wellness Month. Weight loss and physical fitness are common New Year's resolutions, but your finances could probably stand to be leaner as well. Dairy State Bank will post tips all month on Facebook and Twitter to help you get your finances in shape. You can also access a library of information anytime in our online education center. Visit dairystatebank.com and click on the Education Center under the Resources tab. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
Are your animals feeling a little under the weather? Give the nice folks at Colfax Animal Hospital a call. Bruce Buckley is just what the doctor ordered. In fact, he is the doctor, and he's ready to help. That's the Colfax Animal Hospital. Give them a call at 715-962-3380.
Join us at the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV for exciting Colfax High School girls basketball. Our next game will be on Monday, February 13th, when the Vikings will host the Fall Creek Crickets. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with Viking pregame at 6:50 p.m. That's live Colfax Viking Girls Basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV on Monday, February 13th.
And we're back here at Elmwood High School. Elmwood and Plum City have a co-op for basketball, and since they have formed the co-op for basketball, which was somewhere right around 2011. I'm not exactly positive on the date, but I know it was right around that time. The Elmwood Plum City Wolves have never beaten the Viking girls. And the Viking girls would very much like to keep that streak intact tonight. And we're going to be sending it over to the scores table in just a moment for National Anthem and their version of the starting lineups for tonight's game. Officiating crew is all ready. The teams are huddled around their benches. And in about 20 seconds or so, we'll have the national anthem. Like I said earlier in the junior varsity game, the Viking girls won that one 45-4, and I'm hoping that we can get a score on the boys game. 55-43, Boyceville is leading the boys with just over a minute and a half to go. So now it is time for the national anthem.
We ask those ready to stand and move your hands. Place your hand over your heart for the playing of the national anthem.
The playing of our national anthem, and we're going to send it right back down to the scores table for tonight's starting lineups. To support the efforts in creating a positive experience for all, and students foster their announcement. Good sportsmanship is responsibility of all intended to success. We'd like to remind everyone to your possibility and support all athletes, coaches, officials, and spectators throughout the event. Thank you. Now, the starting lineup of the team, starting the Vikings. Sophomore, number 4, Caitlin Bell. Senior, number 10, Molly Hamilton. So there's the starting lineups for tonight's game, according to the scores table, and pretty much the same as we told you. For the Vikings, it's Goodell, Hydorn, Olsen, Hajdukovic, and Shipman. For the Wolves, it's Fleischauer, Webb, Forster. Opening tip controlled by the Vikings, and Molly Hydorn on the dribble. Second game back for Molly after coming off an ankle injury. Vikings swing it over to the right side to Goodell. Her pass gets tipped and taken away by the EPC Wolves. They get it over to Hannah Forster, who gets it over to Isabella Forster. And I think we'll just stick with Hannah and Isabella. And Hannah on the dribble gets it over to Haley Webb. And then they get it back out to Lily Webb. And I think we'll just go with Haley and Lily on those, too. Haley has it right now over on the right side. Ball gets knocked out of bounds. It's still going to be Elmwood Plum City ball. Lily to inbound. She gets it into Haley, right back to Lily. Lily on the right side, over to Isabella. They get it back out high. That's Fleischauer, and then over to Hannah. To Haley. To Hannah on the left side. Out to Lily. Lily drives towards the lane, turns in the lane, then kicks it out. Three-pointer on the way, and good by Isabella. And the EPC Wolves draw first blood. Shipman with it, gets it down into the forecourt to Olsen. Olsen on the dribble. Gets it out to Hydorn, to Goodell, back to Hydorn at the top of the key. Over to Shipman, to Hajdukovic, back to Hydorn. Back to Shipman, down underneath to Olsen. Bounce pass to Hajdukovic, shot is no good. EPC comes away with it. Haley with it, gets it over to Hannah, back to Haley. To Fleischauer. And to Isabella, takes it over to the right side. Cross-court pass over to Hannah. Hannah down underneath to Lily. Lily gets it knocked loose, being chased down on the floor, covered up by Goodell, and we're going to jump ball, and it's going to be EPC ball. Lily with it, gets it out high to Fleischauer. They get it over to Hannah and then over to Fleischauer, drives through the lane. Looking for somewhere to go with it, gets it out to Lily, and she tips it out to Isabella. Isabella on the right side, gets it over to Hannah. Over to Fleischauer, and then Haley has it. I think we're going to short Isabella down to just Izzy. And then to Fleischauer. Over to Hannah. Hannah turns around, puts it up. It's no good. Rebound taken down by Shipman. Down the floor she comes. Pulls up as she crosses the timeline. Gets it over to Hydorn. To Goodell. Goodell from the left side. She hit the three. Kaysen Goodell with a three-pointer ties the game up at 3. 15 minutes to go in the first half. Down the floor come the Wolves. Errant pass picked up by Goodell for the Vikings, and she brings it right back down the floor. Feeds it down to Hajdukovic. Gets it out to Shipman. Launches the three. She hit the three from downtown. 6-3. The Vikings are on top. Izzy with it in the backcourt. Vikings putting on some pressure now. She gets it over to Hannah, but it got stolen by Olsen. Lays it up and in. 8-3. The Vikings are on top. Vikings putting on full court pressure now. Lily with it. Right back over to Izzy now. Long pass, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul. Hajdukovic with the foul. It'll be her first. First team foul. First foul on anyone in this game. So the Wolves to inbound. They get it to Fleischauer. And we're going to get a blocking foul underneath as Hannah tried to drive the left baseline. Foul's on Olsen. It's her first personal. So the Wolves to inbound. They get it out high to Izzy. She feeds it over to Hannah. Shots up no good. Rebound taken down by Shipman. And we're going to get a foul on the floor being called on Lily Webb. It'll be her second team foul on the Wolves. Ball comes in to J.C. Bovey, who's into the game. They get it down to Nigaman. Cross-court pass to Hajdukovic, puts it up no good. Rebound taken down by the Wolves. Hannah Forrester with it. Vikings on top, 8-3. Lily with it. Dishes it off to Fleischauer. Dribbles over to the right side. Hands it back out to Izzy. And then over to Hannah. One of the Forsters. She feeds it down underneath to the baseline to Haley Webb. Tried to go up and got fouled. Fouls on Hajdukovic. That'll be her second team foul, or that might be Hajdukovic's first. Well, they say it's Hajdukovic's second, and Olsen's got one. That would be 3, but the scoreboard only says 2 team fouls on the Vikings. Dustin's giving me a funny look, and I'm giving him a funny look. Like, doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, the free throws are no good, so down the floor come the Vikings. J.C. Bovey on the dribble. She stops at the free throw line, gets it out to Shipman. Three-pointer on the way up, no good. She gets her own rebound, puts it back up, and got fouled on the way up. She's going to go to the line for 2. That's a third team foul on the Wolves. Shots up and good by Shipman. And scoreboard's really slow at getting the person fouled up on the scoreboard. And the second shot is up and good. 9. That should be actually 10. Yeah, now they've got it. 10-3, Vikings on top. Down the floor comes Fleischauer, puts it up no good. Rebound chased down by Bauer. She gets it back out to Hannah, puts it up and in. Vikings on top, 10-5. Bovey over to Keltner, back to Bovey. Bovey in the backcourt. And we're going to get a 10-second violation against the Vikings. Wolves with it. They feed it to Haley Webb. And they get it to Hannah. Over on the right side, back out to Fleischauer. Then to Haley. Haley goes towards the lane. And we're going to get a foul on the floor on Nigaman. That's the 4th foul on the Vikings. First foul on Nigaman. Ball comes into Haley. Over to Fleischauer, over to the right side. Now back over to the left side to Kenzie Bauer. Bauer at the free throw line. Then gets it out to Whitty, to Fleischauer, and then to Hannah. Hannah drives the left side of the lane. Ball gets knocked away by Olsen, and away come the Vikings. Down the floor across the timeline, Bovey with it. She's at the top of the key, feeds it over to the right side to Keltner. Back to Bovey between the circles. Over to the left side to Shipman. Back to Keltner. Thought about the three. Gets it out to Bovey. To Shipman. Back to Bovey. To Olsen at the free throw line. Over to Shipman. Just inside the arc. She puts it up no good. Olsen with a rebound. Goes up and got fouled on the way up. And I believe that foul is on Haley Webb. It is. It's her first. Third team foul on the Wolves. First shot by Olsen is no good. Final score in from Boyceville. In the boys game, it was Boyceville 51 and the Vikings 49. A heartbreaking loss for the Vikings in that one. Second shot up, rattles around and falls away, no good. Coming down with it is Hannah Forrester. She feeds it over to the left side. That's Webb with it. That's Lily Webb. Forrester. Back over to Whitty. Now over to the left side. That's Haley Webb, and she feeds it off to Hannah Forrester. Forrester over to Whitty. Whitty takes it out between the circles. Over to the right side now to Bauer. Bauer to Webb. And driving the baseline, putting the shot up. It does not go as Kenzie Bauer, but the Wolves get the rebound. They get it back to Lily Webb. She drives, puts it up. It's good, and we're going to get a foul on Nigaman. So going to the line is Lily Webb, and her shot is up and good. Vikings up by 2, 10-8. 10:46 to go. Down the floor to Olsen with the ball. Thought about passing, drives down deep, gets it to Keltner. Keltner drives towards the lane. Looks for somewhere to go with it, gets it back out to Olsen. Thought about the three, dribbles, backs out. Gets it over to Hannah Forrester. Or check that. I got the wrong team out there. It's J.C. Bovey, now they get it back into Olsen. She puts it up and in. Ainsley Olsen with another 2. That's 4 for her tonight. Down the floor comes Hannah Forrester. Forrester gets it over to Whitty. Now down low to Haley Webb. And the ball's tied up on the floor. We're going to get a jump ball called. Possession arrow in favor of the Vikings. Goodell and Hydorn back into the lineup for the Vikings. Goodell with it, gets it to Hydorn, back to Goodell. Full court pressure being put on by the Wolves. Long pass to Nigaman, to Olsen, and Olsen couldn't hang on. It goes out of bounds. So, inbounding the ball is Hannah Forrester. She's looking for somewhere to go with it. She gets it into Bauer. Full court pressure by the Vikings. Bauer feeds it up to Lily Webb, and the ball gets stolen by Goodell. Down the floor she comes. Stops. Kicks it out to Nigaman just inside the arc. Puts it up no good. Rebound put back up and in by Shipman. 14-8. Vikings by 6. Down the floor comes Lily Webb. Webb gets it to Hannah. Hannah takes it over to the left side, drives down towards the baseline. Turns, comes back out. Being guarded there by Shipman. Now picked up by Olsen. She feeds it over to the right side. Ball got knocked loose by Nigaman. Olsen picked it up, got it to Hydorn. Hydorn down the floor. Gets it to Nigaman. Back out to Olsen. Olsen to Hydorn, over to Shipman. Shipman to Olsen underneath. She put it up and in. 18-8, or 16-8. And timeout on the floor with 8:57 to go in the first half. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
When you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it, rest assured, you can still get that meal by going to Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax. Mom's is open daily, serving breakfast and lunch, and don't forget dinner on Friday nights with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee is always hot, the breakfast is always delicious, and lunch will put a smile on your face and in your stomach. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub.
To get your lawn or garden to perform like you want, you first need to know about your soil. That's where Midwest Environmental Consultants can help. Their soil testing service can give you a complete rundown on your soil's nutrition and health. They test for nitrogen levels, phosphorus, potash, micronutrients, minerals, pH, and organic matter. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants put you in control of your soil's health. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 608-468-2067. That's Midwest Environmental Consultants, soil testers for the Chippewa Valley.
Back here at Elmwood High School, the Wolves inbound the ball. Vikings on top, 16-8. With full court pressure. Isabella with it. Passes it across the timeline to Lily Webb. Webb takes it over to the left side and dishes it off to Whitty. Whitty back out between the circles to Hannah Forrester, and the ball got knocked back over the timeline by the Vikings. Lily Webb now has it, takes it to the free throw line, loses the handle to Hydorn. Hydorn just pulled it right out of her hands, and down the floor come the Vikings. Feeds it out to Goodell. Goodell to Hydorn. Hydorn over to the right side to Keltner, back out to Hydorn, over to Goodell. Back to Hydorn, to Keltner on the left, or on the right. To Hydorn, then to Goodell on the left. Back out to Hydorn. Now to Keltner. Keltner at the top of the key to Hydorn. To Shipman, three-pointer on the way, in and out, no good. Olsen with the rebound. Was trying to go back up, and what are we going to jump ball called? Possession arrow in favor of the Wolves. And it will be Hannah Forrester to inbound. She gets it to Lily Webb. Back to Hannah. Brings it down the floor is Izzy Forrester. Feeds it down to Fleischauer at the baseline. Back out high to Hannah. On the right side. Gets it over to Isabella. Driving the baseline. Tries to pass it. Got tipped. Vikings come away with it. Hydorn with the ball. She takes it across the timeline and feeds it over to the right side. Then we've got foul underneath. Shipman was trying to go to the baseline and got fouled. Foul's going to be on Hannah Forster. It's her fourth team foul. Long pass comes out to Hydorn, over to Keltner. She lost the handle, but got it picked back up, and the Vikings have it. Goodell with it, over to Hydorn. Feeds it to Olsen, back to Goodell. Puts up the jump shot and hit it. 18-8, Vikings by 10. 7 minutes to go in the first half. Long shot from three. That was by Lily Webb. Put-back shot is going to count. I believe that was Izzy Forrester, and she's going to go to the line for the +1. That foul was on Hydorn. It's a 16 foul on the Vikings. Free throws up, no good. Rebound taken down by the Wolves. Coming away with it is Hannah Forrester. She feeds it out to Lily Webb. Webb on the right side, down in the right corner, feeds it out high to Izzy at the top of the key. Over to the left side. Three-pointer on the way by Hannah. Rims around, no good. Olsen comes away with the rebound and gets it to Shipman. She comes down the floor, gets it back out to Olsen, over to Hydorn, to Keltner on the left. Back to Hydorn, back to Keltner. She launches a three, no good. Rebound taken away by Izzy Forrester. She gets it back to Hannah. Hannah feeds down underneath to Haley Webb, looking for a way to put it up, but guarded down there by Shipman. Finally gets the shot to go up, no good. Rebound taken away by Goodell, and down the floor she comes. She's at the top of the key, into the lane, and ran into traffic, and we're going to get a foul. I think it's on Haley Webb. Or did he call her with a travel? Oh, I think you're right. Isabella Forrester was the foul. I'm glad Dustin's here with his eagle eyes. Shipman with it. Gets it out to Hydorn. Over to Shipman to Olsen. Back out to Hydorn from 3. Off the back of the air, no good. Rebound taken away by Lily Webb. Hannah Forrester with it. Brings it over to the left side. Dishes it off to Isabella. Then to Fleischauer. Back to Hannah. Hannah at the free throw line. Back out to Fleischauer. Three-pointer on the way. She hit it. Hydorn tied up in the backcourt. Gets it over to Shipman. Pass gets intercepted by the Wolves. They get it to Fleischauer. She puts it up and in. And the Wolves have cut the Viking lead to 3. Shipman gets it down to Olsen. Cross-court pass over to Bovey. She turns, gets it back out to Goodell. Three-pointer, no good. Rebound. Trying to save it was Olsen. And the EPC student body has come to life. Hannah Forrester with it. To Izzy. Back to Hannah. Hannah over to Izzy across the timeline. On the right side. Tries to go to Hannah. Didn't know it was coming. Olsen gets it. Takes a solo shot. Puts it up. And a blocking foul. The shot did not go in, but we're going to get a blocking foul.
Terrible call.
Blocking foul on Izzy Forrester. They're just saying she wasn't set. And the coaching staff and a lot of the fans don't agree with that. Olsen's free throw is up and in. And we have a substitution. Coming into the lineup is Whitty. And taking a seat is Izzy Forrester. Olsen's second shot on the way. Rims around and off. And down the floor comes Hannah Forrester. She feeds it over to Bauer. To Fleischauer. Fleischauer down the right side of the lane, puts it up. It's no good. Rebound chased down by Hannah Forrester. Jump shot, no good. Rebound taken down by Shipman. She got it to Hydorn. Hydorn at the top of the key. Feeds it over to the left side to Bovey. Back to Hydorn. Hydorn over to Shipman. Feeds it in the lane to Nigaman. Back out to Shipman, to Olsen in the right corner. Drives the baseline, puts it up, overlays it. And coming away with it is Bauer for the Wolves. 19-15, Vikings up by 4. 3:50 remaining in the first half. Whitty with it. Feeds it over to the right side to Hannah. We're going to get a blocking foul called on Olsen. And she's going to take a seat, and into the lineup for her is Goodell. First shot is up, no good. Rebound taken down by Nigaman with determination on her face. To Hydorn, to Bovey. Cross court over into the corner to Goodell in the right corner. Ball got knocked loose. She gets it to, well, they've got it down underneath to Shipman, and Shipman got fouled underneath. Fouled by Haley Webb. That's the 7th foul on the Wolves. So that's going to put Shipman to the line for the 1-on-1. First shot up, it's good. That's 8 points for Shipman tonight. Second shot on the way, off the back of the air, no good. Rebound taken down by Hannah Forrester. She slowly brings it through the backcourt, right through the Wolf at the center circle. Feeding it out to Whitty. She takes it over to the right side to Fleischauer. Fleischauer between the circles. Then feeds it back to the right side to Whitty. Whitty pulled up the dribble, now feeds it into the lane to Bauer, who gets it out to Fleischauer on the left side. They get it over to Whitty on the right, down to the baseline. That's Webb. They get it back out to Bauer, to Fleischauer, to Hannah. Hannah tries to take it down to the right baseline. She's covered there by Goodell. Feeds it back out to Haley Webb. Over to Fleischauer, to Bauer, back to Fleischauer. To Hannah. Hannah takes it to the right side. Hands it off to Whitty on the right side, feeds it down the right baseline, and the ball gets knocked loose, and the Vikings come away with it. Goodell with it on the right side. Feeds it back out to the top of the key to Heidorn, to Bovey, back into the lane to Shipman, out to Goodell. Goodell puts a shot up, it's no good. Bauer with it and feeds it over to Hannah Forrester. Coming up on 1:45 to go in the first half. Vikings by 5. Whitty with it. Now they feed it down underneath. Whitty gets it, but the ball gets taken away by Goodell. Goodell feeds it over to Heidorn. Heidorn over to Bovey, back over to Heidorn, to Goodell. Dribbles it back out to Heidorn, to Bovey on the right. Back out high to Heidorn. To the left side to Goodell, into the lane to Nigaman. Turnaround jumper's good. Autumn Nigaman with the 2. 22-15. Fleischauer with it. Down the floor she comes. Ball gets taken away by Bovey. She turns around, gets it out to Shipman. Three-pointer short. And coming down with the rebound is Hannah Forrester. Under a minute to go in the first half. Don't forget, coming up at halftime, we'll have a Viking profile. Today it will be Jeanette Hajdukovic. Hannah Forrester on the dribble. Feeds it over to the left side. Now Bauer has it. Gets it back out to the top of the key to Webb. That's Haley Webb. Back over to Hannah. And we've got a whistle and a travel being called on Kenzie Bauer. 26 and some change left in the first half. Back into the lineup for the Elmwood Plum City Wolves is Lily Webb. Heidorn with it. Feeds it down the floor to Bovey. Out to Goodell. Bovey lost her footing and slid the ball out to Goodell. Heidorn with it. 12 seconds remaining. Vikings going to go for one shot. Feeds it over to the right side to Goodell. Back to Heidorn. They get it to Shipman. Puts the shot up. She hit it! 2-pointer just inside the arc as the buzzer goes. And the score at half is the Vikings 24 and the Wolves 15. We will have Viking halftime coming up right after this timeout. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Anderson Bridges, located in Colfax, Wisconsin, has been manufacturing prefabricated steel truss bridges since 1989. With hundreds of bridges supplied nationwide, we suspect you've crossed our path. It may have been on a pedestrian or bicycle bridge, or how about a snowmobile, ATV, or golf course bridge? Anderson Bridges is likely to have manufactured it. Founded in 1989, Anderson Bridges has been a family-owned company since its beginning and are proud to support the Colfax Vikings.
Feel the beat of nature at a park or forest near you. Find a forest and music inspired by nature at discovertheforest.org.
Time now for Viking halftime. with today's Viking profile and other halftime entertainment. That's coming up right after this.
Time now for Viking Profile, where we take a closer look at one of the Colfax Viking players. And now, Viking Profile.
Today on Viking Profile, we're going to talk with Jeanette Hajdukovic, and Jeanette is a junior here at Colfax High School. And Jeanette, we know that you play basketball, but are there any other activities you've been involved with here at school?
I'm in student council and NHS, and then I also play volleyball and am on the track team.
Did you have a pretty good volleyball season?
Yeah, pretty good.
Had a lot of fun?
Yeah, very fun.
There we go. So when did you start playing basketball, and what kind of an experience has that been for you?
I started playing with my brothers when I was really young, but competitively in third grade. It's been really fun, and I love playing with the team. So.
Okay. What's the most important thing that you've learned playing basketball?
How important communication is within your team and also just with your friends and stuff.
And it's not always verbal, is it? Sometimes it's the way you move your body or the way you move your head that tells somebody to do something or that you're going to do something.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. And that's all in chemistry, isn't it?
Yeah. Team chemistry is so important.
So when you're not playing basketball or you're not here at school, what are some other things that keep you interested or occupied?
I play other sports a lot, and I also like to read and bake. So.
Ooh. When are we getting samples?
Maybe, at end of the season, we'll bring you some.
Oh, see, I'm liking this idea. Okay. A few rapid fire questions for you now. Pie, ice cream, cake, or cookies?
Ice cream.
What's your favorite flavor?
All but cookie dough.
All but cookie dough. Okay. All right. So basically, they throw some ice cream in front of you. As long as it's not cookie dough, you're good.
Well, some cookie dough is okay, but sometimes it tastes too salty, the cookie dough pieces.
Okay. All right.
I don't know if that makes sense.
No, it does, because it's kind of like a salted caramel.
Yeah.
That way. Okay. So your favorite color and why?
Blue, and it reminds me of the ocean.
All right. Now, if you could have a superpower, what would Jeanette's superpower be?
Invisibility.
Why would that be?
Because then I could sneak up on people.
Well, that sounds like fun. Yeah. Okay. Now, of course, if you have the ability to be invisible, you have to have a superhero name to go with it. So what's Jeanette Hajdukovic's superhero name?
I don't know. I think last year I went with the Incredible Bulk, but I had super strength. So I'm keeping Jeanette because I don't need to protect my identity with invisibility.
Okay, right, because they can't see you,
Yeah, they can't see me.
Right, yeah, okay. Well, that's good enough. I mean, you don't have to worry about a superhero name because they can't see you anyway. All right. Do you have a favorite NBA or WNBA team?
NBA, I don't really watch that much. WNBA is probably the Lynx.
Okay. Yeah. All right. How about a collegiate team?
Stanford, women's basketball.
Okay, very good. Is there a basketball player as you were growing up that kind of inspired the way that you play your game?
My game, not really. Sue Bird has always been inspiring just as a female athlete, though. So.
Okay. All right. So we're talking with Jeanette Hajdukovic today on Viking Profile. And Jeanette, what are your plans for after high school?
I have no idea.
Okay, you're a junior. You've got time to figure this out.
But I'm planning on going to a 4-year college or university, and that's all I know.
Okay, and no idea what you're going to pursue or where it's going to be? Or?
Probably medical field, but no idea what in the medical field.
All right, and that's a pretty broad field.
Yeah.
How about a shout out to the family?
Hey guys, love you.
All right, so when people come to watch Viking games, what number is Jeanette wearing and where are we going to find her on the floor?
40 and underneath the hoop.
And making all kinds of baskets by grabbing those and putting them in. All right. We want to thank Jeanette Hajdukovic for joining us today on Viking Profile. Coming up next is more Viking Halftime.
You've been listening to Viking Profile. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcast Network.
If you're buzzed and doing this, To make yourself feel okay to drive,
ZWX.
You're not okay to drive.
YGKLVW. Regular you.
Let's go see your room.
No, that's not right. How was it? Is it good?
You've been tuned to Viking Halftime. Stay tuned. Coming up is second half action of today's Viking game on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
The family's visit to the forest inspired a beautiful question. Mother, mother, am I a tree? You tell me to stand tall. You tell me to stay rooted. I think I am a tree. My child, of course you are. But what kind of tree will you be? The kind to hug or the kind to climb? Doesn't matter what you choose, so long as you choose to be a tree that's kind.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
And welcome back to Elmwood High School, where the Vikings are taking on the Elmwood Plum City Wolves, and the Vikings have opened up a 24-15 lead at halftime. Couple minutes before the start of the second half. Taking a look at how we got those scores for the EPC Wolves. Leading the way, we have both Allison Fleischhauer and Izzy Forrester with 5 points. And we have Lily Webb with 3 and Hannah Forrester with 2. For the Vikings, leading the way is McKenna Shipman. She has 10. She's made 3 field goals, including a 3-pointer, and 3 out of 4 from the free throw line. Also, Ainsley Olson was 7. She's got 3 field goals and 1 for 4 from the free throw line. Kaysen Goodell has 5, and Autumn Nigaman has 2, and that's how we have the points for this one, at least so far. Vikings on top, 24-15. We'll take a real quick timeout before we come back with second half action on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
On those days when you're hankering for something that's delicious and nutritious, simply stop by FitFam Nutrition in Colfax. They serve Herbalife meal replacement shakes, metabolism-boosting teas and protein coffees. They taste as good as they sound, and they're healthy. Come and visit the Bentons and let them prepare for you a simply sweet treat, or something for the chocoholic or coffee lover in you. FitFam is a slam dunk. That's FitFam Nutrition, complete with one-on-one wellness coaching and business opportunities. 1020 University Avenue in Colfax.
And we are just seconds away from starting the second half of this game. Vikings will have the ball to start the second half. They will be moving from right to left. Rick Olson with you here, along with Dustin Nigaman keeping the numbers, and Lynn Nigaman gathering all the shots for you tonight from the camera's perspective. Shipman to inbound the ball for the Vikings, gets it to Hydorn, and we are underway. Hydorn feeds it over to the right side to Goodell, back out high to Hydorn. Hydorn over to Goodell on the right. Back out high to Hydorn, to Hajdukovic, over to Goodell. Goodell puts up the shot, she hit it. Kaysen Goodell puts it in, and the Vikings again go to full court pressure. Nigeman started the second half instead of Olsen. Olsen, I think when she had a foul called on her, she went down hard, and I think she may have tweaked her knee. And we have a timeout being called by the EPC Wolves. So with a timeout on the floor, you're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network, NLWN-TV.
Restaurant and Pub in Colfax has just what you need when you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it. Mom's is open from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily and until 9 on Fridays with a complete breakfast menu. Lunch includes sandwiches, salads, wraps, and burgers, along with Mom's comfort food favorites, and don't forget dinner on Fridays with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee always hot, the breakfast always delicious, and lunch puts a smile on your face. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax.
Wolves inbound the ball, long pass to the timeline to Haley Webb. She feeds it off to the left side over to Fleischauer, who puts it up and in. 26-17, Vikings on top. Shipman with a long pass down to Nigeman. Nigeman feeds it down to Hajdukovic. Hajdukovic turns around, puts it up and in. 28-17, Vikings by 11. Lily Webb with it. Feeds it out to the top of the key to Hannah Forrester. Then over to Izzy Forrester. Back out high to Fleischauer. To Haley Webb, puts up the three. She hit it. Haley Webb with the three-pointer. 28-20. Vikings on top. They get it out to Shipman, to Hajdukovic underneath. She puts a shot up. It's no good. She overlaid it. And coming down with it's Hannah Forrester. Forrester between the circles. Dishes it over to Izzy Forrester. Izzy feeds it out to Lily Webb. Lily over to Fleischauer. Then out to Haley Webb. Out to Lily, and she hit the three. 28-23, the Wolves have cut it to 5. Shipman gets tied up in the backcourt. Possession arrow in favor of the Wolves. Lily Webb to inbound. She gets it in to Haley Webb and then dishes it over, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul. Lily Webb trying to dribble, and Shipman committed the foul. Got a little hip action into her that time. It's first foul on Shipman tonight. First team foul on the Vikings. Lily Webb with it. Inbounds it to Fleischauer. And they get it over to Hannah Forrester. Hannah over to Lily Webb. Down into the left corner to Fleischauer. Dishes it back out to Izzy. Takes it to the lane. Then out to Lily Webb. Puts it up, no good. Rebound. Fought for. Nigeman with it. She feeds it off to Shipman. Shipman gets it down to Goodell. Goodell puts up the short jumper. She hit it. About a 6-footer. 30-23. Vikings back up by 7. Down the floor come the Wolves. Fleischauer with it. Tries the baseline. Doesn't get it to go. Nigeman got the rebound, but then got tied up by Fleischauer and a jump ball. Vikings have the possession arrow. Substitution for the Wolves coming in is Kenzie Bauer, replacing Lily Webb. Shipman gets it into Goodell. Tries to get it back to Shipman, but threw it right in the hands of Hannah Forrester, who lays it up and in. 30-25, Vikings by 5. Down into the forecourt, Hajdukovic. Then they feed it down to Nigaman, puts up the shot, it's no good, and the Wolves come away with it. This is Hannah Forrester with it. Over to Izzy, between the circles. To Kenzie Bauer, down into the left corner to Hannah. Hannah, and we're going to get a blocking foul called on Nigaman. J.C. Bovey into the lineup for the Vikings. That's a third foul on Nigaman. Ball comes into Fleischauer. Fleischauer over to Bauer. Then over to Izzy and out to Hannah. Back over to Bauer on the left side. Gets it back out high to Fleischauer. Then over to Hannah. Hannah on the left side of the lane. Gets it out to Fleischauer. Fleischauer over to the right side. Now Hannah's got it. Back out to Kenzie Bauer. Bauer feeds it over to Haley Webb. Takes it into the lane. Feeds it out to Hannah. Puts up the three. It's no good. Her shot is up. It got blocked, but they're going to say that Shipman got her with the body. No. They're saying the foul's on Nigaman. That's her fourth. Shot goes up and in by Izzy Forrester. Keltner replacing Nigaman. Second shot is up and good. Wolves have cut the Viking lead to 3. Down the floor comes Jordan Bovey. She feeds it over to Keltner. Back out to Shipman. To Hajdukovic. To Keltner. To Shipman. Takes it to the lane. Puts it up and good. McKenna Shipman's going to kind of have to put the team on her back right now. 32-27. Vikings on top. Long pass down the floor to Haley Webb. Tries the baseline. Puts it up. It's no good. Rebound taken down by Bovey. That's Jordan Bovey, and we're going to get a foul being called on Haley Webb, I believe. It is. That's her third. First team foul on the Wolves in the second half. Bovey with it. Ball goes out of bounds, but last touched by the Wolves. Bovey with it. She gets it over to Jordan Bovey and then to Hajdukovic. Back to Jordan, drives into the lane, kicks it out to Shipman. Three-pointer on the way. No. Rebound. Taken down, chased down by Haley Webb. And the Wolves bring it down the floor. Hannah Forrester with it. Vikings by 5. 12:39 to go in the second half. Haley Webb with it. Feeds it over to Forrester on the left side, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul. On J.C. Bovey. Fourth team foul on the Vikings. Inbound pass comes to Haley Webb on the left side. She gets back over to Lily Webb, who dribbles it out between the circles. Over to Hannah Forrester. Over to the left side to Whitty. Back over to Bauer on the right, down into the right corner to Lily Webb. Back out high to Hannah Forrester. Drives down to the left baseline. Turns. Kicks it back out to Lily Webb. Now they've got it down in the left corner. It's Hannah Forrester with it. Drives to the lane, puts a shot up. It's no good. She gets her own rebound. We're going to get a jump ball called. Possession arrow in favor of the Wolves. Lily Webb to inbound. Long pass comes out to Hannah Forrester. Feeds it over to the left side to Lily Webb. Spins into the lane. Shot gets blocked by Hajdukovic. Shipman with it and comes back down the floor. Down underneath to Hajdukovic, who lays it up and in. Jeanette Hajdukovic. 4 points for her on the night. Down the floor come the Wolves. This is Lily Webb driving down into the lane. She lays it up and she puts it in. And we have a timeout being called by the Wolves. Vikings 34, Wolves 29. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Are your pooch's proportions putting on pounds? Or is your kitty's constitution constantly complaining? Well, stop by and see the friendly folks at the Colfax Animal Hospital. Dr. Bruce Buckley and his staff will be happy to help you get your family friend back on the road to healthy living. That's the Colfax Animal Hospital. Call them at 715-962-3380.
Back here at Elmwood High School, where the Vikings have a 5-point lead, 34-29 with 11:19 to go. Dustin and I were just discussing Ainsley Olsen and her knee. We don't know what the issue is, or if that is even the issue. Vikings get the ball into the forecourt. Shipman from three, a little bit short. Hajdukovic with the putback, no. Second putback, no, but she drew the foul. A push off down underneath. And the foul is going to be on Kenzie Bauer. And it was on the rebound, so it was on the floor. Hajdukovic puts the shot up, no good. Rebound taken down by Hannah Forrester. Hannah across the timeline. Feeds it over to Whitty. Whitty over to Lily Webb. Webb at the free throw line, spins into the lane, puts it up, no. Rebound taken down by Hydorn. Quickly down the floor, she's pushing it down the floor, stops, kicks it back out to Shipman. Shipman in the lane, pops it, no. Rebound being fought for. Hajdukovic, ball gets knocked out of bounds. They're saying Hajdukovic last touched it. And Coach Serrar urging her troops to put some full court pressure on now. Wolves to inbound. Hannah Forrester gets it in to Izzy. Izzy back to Hannah. Across the timeline. Gets it over to the left side to Fleischauer. Back out to Whitty. Whitty between the circles. Over to the right side to Izzy. Izzy dishes it off to Fleischauer. Back out to Hannah. Hannah over to Izzy to Fleischauer. Now over to the left side to Whitty. Whitty down in the corner to Haley. Back out to Izzy and then over to Fleischauer. And the ball gets knocked away by Goodell. She's got it. She takes it through the Wolf at the center circle. Over to Hydorn. Hydorn feeds it into the lane. And we're going to get a travel call on Jordan Bovey. She pivoted on one foot, then she pivoted on the other, and I'm sorry, Jordan Bovey, but you can't do that. Ball comes into Fleischauer. Ball gets taken away by Shipman. She lays it up. It does not go. Hajdukovic with it, and we're going to get a jump ball called. Possession arrow in favor of the Vikings. (34-29). Hydorn with it. Feeds it into the lane to Shipman. Puts up the shot. It finally goes in. 36-29. Vikings by 7. Pass comes to Haley Webb across the timeline down on the left side. Feeds it back out to Izzy. Izzy into the lane to Haley Webb, and we got a whistle and a foul. Foul is going to be on Hydorn. That's her second, 15th foul on the Vikings. Haley Webb at the line, shooting 2. First shot goes up, it's good. Second shot on the way, no good. Rebound taken down by Goodell. Feeds it over to Hydorn. Hydorn across the timeline. Stops at the top of the key. Gets it over to Jordan Bovey. Now over to Goodell, to Shipman, and we have a whistle, and a foul is going to be on Haley Webb. She's reaching over the top of Shipman, trying to knock the ball away, and I think that might be the fourth foul on her. It is. Fourth foul on Haley Webb. Third team foul. Pass goes in to Shipman. She lays it up and in. 38-30. Vikings back up by 8. Wolves bring it to Fleischauer in the forecourt. Gets it over to Izzy Forrester and over to the left side now to Kenzie Bauer. Bauer to Whitty. Back out to Fleischauer to Bauer. On the left side. Tries the left baseline. Spins. Can't get anywhere. Ball gets knocked away. Goodell has it. And down the floor come the Vikings. Vikings feed it down into the left corner to Jordan Bovey. Shot's no good. Shipman had the rebound, got knocked out of her hands and out of bounds, and the Vikings will have it. Goodell to inbound. Gets it to Hajdukovic. And the ball gets just taken out of her hand, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul on Shipman. Heading down the floor was Fleischauer, and it's almost looked like Shipman was trying to tackle her from behind. So Izzy Forrester to inbound. To Hannah. Hannah between the circles. Takes it to the free throw line. Gets it back out high to Fleischauer. Fleischauer feeds it over to the left side to Izzy. Izzy over to the right. Gets it to Whitty. Whitty back out to Hannah. Hannah gets it over to Izzy, and the ball gets knocked out of bounds. It'll be Vikings ball. Shipman to inbound. Full court pressure being put on by the Wolves. Hydorn gets it to Shipman. Shipman quickly across the timeline. Feeds it underneath to Hajdukovic, who tried to go up with it before she had the handle on it, but the Vikings maintain possession. Long shot by Shipman is no good. Rebound taken down by Hannah Forrester. Hannah across the timeline feeds it over to the left side to Kenzie Bauer. Then back out to Lily Webb. And over to Allison Fleischauer. To Izzy. Over on the left side to Kenzie Bauer. Bauer feeds it over to the right side to Lily Webb. Lily hands it off to Fleischauer. Still on the right side. Drives the right side of the lane. Gets stopped down at the baseline. And we're going to get a foul called on Jordan Bovey with a reach. That's the second foul, our first foul on Jordan. But more importantly, it's the 7th team foul, so going to the line is Fleischauer for the 1-and-1. First shot is up, it's no good. Rebound taken down by the Vikings, Shipman with it. And down the floor come the Vikings. Sikora into the lineup for the Vikings. They feed it to Sikora on the right side of the lane. She feeds it back out to Goodell, and it goes out of bounds. Haley Webb back into the lineup for the Wolves. And this is Hannah Forrester on the dribble being guarded by Shipman. She's in the backcourt. Now picked up by Hydorn. She gets it into the forecourt. Ball goes out of bounds, and it'll be Viking ball. Good pressure that time by the Vikings. Steering her over to the sideline. Sikora to inbound for the Vikings. Gets it in to Hydorn. Hydorn over to Goodell. Back to Hydorn. Vikings up by 8. Feed it to the right side of the lane underneath Goodell, and she got fouled as she went up. And the foul is going to be on Hannah Forrester. It's her second, fourth team foul. Kaysen Goodell at the line for two. First shot's up, no. Second on the way, no, off the back of the iron. Rebound, taken down, fought for, and finally the Vikings come away with it. McKenna Shipman with a shot, puts it back up, no. Two attempts and nothing happens, and down the floor come the Wolves. Coming down the floor is Hannah Forrester on the right side. She feeds it over between the circles to Fleischauer. Now they get it over to the left side. This is Haley Webb with it. Gets it out to Izzy. Izzy out to Lily Webb. Then to Hannah. Hannah puts up a shot from three. No. Rebound taken down by Goodell. Feeds it down the floor to Sikora. She tried to go with it before she caught it. And it goes out of bounds. Hannah Forrester with it. She takes it over on the right side, comes down to the right baseline. Feeds it out to Fleischauer. Now out between the circles to Izzy. Takes it back to the right side, high, wide, and right. Down to the right side of the lane, feeds it to Haley Webb, tries a bounce pass underneath, and coming away with it is Shipman. Gets it to Goodell. Goodell pulls up, shot's short. Rebound taken down by Jordan Bovey, and we're going to get a foul. I think it's on Hannah. Yes, Hannah Forrester, it's her third. 15th foul on the Wolves. 5:16 to go in regulation. Vikings up by 8. Ball comes in. Shot by Sikora is no good. She tries to get it out, but we're going to get a foul underneath on Haley Webb. Is that number 5? Yes, Haley Webb fouls out, and she fouled out with 5 points, 4 points. Okay, I believe you, Dustin. Long shot up by the Vikings, no good. That was by Hydorn, and the rebound comes away by Hannah Forrester. Forrester down the left side, goes to the baseline, tries to put it up, and she traveled. Vikings will have it. Sikora with it. Bryn Sikora inbounds the ball to Jordan Bovey, to Hydorn, to Bovey, to Shipman, then down underneath to Hajdukovic. She feeds it out, tried to get it to Hydorn, and in that open spot was Fleischauer, who brings it down the floor. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Vikings. Jordan Bovey was the last one to touch it. Ball comes into Izzy. Now they swing it around to the left side to Kenzie Bauer. Bauer with it down into the left corner to Izzy. Three-pointer no good. Rebound taken down by Jordan Bovey, and we have a whistle and a foul. And the foul, I think he said, is on Izzy. It's the 7th team foul. So going to the line, yes, it was on Izzy. That's her 4th. Going to the line for the 1-and-1 is Jordan Bovey. First shot is up. No, it doesn't go. Vikings have gone cold in this second half as well. Hannah Forrester with the dribble, gets it over to the left side to Bauer. Bauer out between the circles to Izzy. Back over to Lily Webb on the left side, back out to Fleischauer. Fleischauer takes it down the left side of the lane, kicks it out to Bauer. Bauer over to Hannah. Hannah over to the left side, gets it out high, wide, and left to Izzy. Izzy to Fleischauer between the circles, and we're going to get a timeout called by the Wolves, and Vikings lead 38-30. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
January is Financial Wellness Month. Weight loss and physical fitness are common New Year's resolutions, but your finances could probably stand to be leaner as well. Dairy State Bank will post tips all month on Facebook and Twitter to help you get your finances in shape. You can also access a library of information anytime in our online education center. Visit dairystatebank.com and click on the Education Center under the Resources tab. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
If you've been admiring the freshly groomed look of a baseball field, or the stunning appearance of a golf course, remember you too can have a lawn with the same beauty by simply calling Midwest Environmental Consultants. Their professional lawn care experts can bring your lawn to its full beauty and appearance. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 608-468-2067. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants help make your lawn the showplace of the neighborhood.
Back here at Elmwood High School, Rick Olson, Dustin Niggeman with the numbers for us. Lynn Niggeman on the camera, and the Vikings are on top 38-30. We've been stuck on that score for a long time. Wolves with the ball. Hannah Forrester with it. Gets it over. Well, now they get it over to Izzy Forrester. Down underneath the Fleischauer. Puts a shot up. It's no good. Rebound. Taken down by Goodell. And we're going to get a foul. And I think, yes, the foul is going to be on Lily Webb. That's her second. 8th team foul. First shot goes up. No good. Rebound taken down by the Wolves. Izzy with it. Gets it across the timeline by Hannah. Hannah on the left side. Gets it out to Fleischauer between the circles over to the right side to Izzy. Izzy out to Lily Webb between the circles. She's directing traffic. She still got it. Ball gets taken away from her, and the Vikings have it. Jordan Bovey with the steal. Down the floor comes Molly Heidorn. Between the circles, feeds it over to the right side to Jordan. Down into the right corner to McKenna Shipman, who's passed to Hajdukovic, gets intercepted. And it's Hannah Forrester. Takes it into the lane, stops at the free throw line, feeds it back out on the left side to Bauer. Shot goes up, it's partially blocked. She got it back, gets it over to Hannah, lays it off the glass and in. Hannah Forrester with the 2. Vikings bring it back down the floor, ahead by 6. 2:29 to go. Heidorn tries to feed it to Shipman. Ball gets taken away by the Wolves. Hannah Forrester with it. She goes through the center circle. Taking her time, gets it over to Bauer on the left side. Over to Izzy. Izzy takes it down the right side, gets tied up. Shipman reached in and tied her up. Possession arrow in favor of the Wolves. Both teams in the bonus. Ball comes into Bauer. Over to Lily. Lily spins on the right side, tries to go up, and she traveled. And we're going to get a timeout called by the Vikings. Timeout on the floor. 1:54 remaining. Vikings 38. Wolves 32. And you're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Are your pooch's proportions putting on pounds? Or is your kitty's constitution constantly complaining? Well, stop by and see the friendly folks at the Colfax Animal Hospital. Dr. Bruce Buckley and his staff will be happy to help you get your family friend back on the road to healthy living. That's the Colfax Animal Hospital. Call them at 715-962-3380.
Join us at the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV for exciting Colfax High School Girls Basketball. Our next game will be on Monday, February 13th, when the Vikings will host the Fall Creek Crickets. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with Viking pregame at 6:50 p.m. That's live Colfax Viking Girls Basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV on Monday, February 13th.
Minute 54 remaining in this one. Vikings on top, 38-32. Low scoring affair. Shipman brings it down. She got run into from behind, but no foul called. Vikings get it out high to Goodell. Over to Shipman, high, wide, and right. Over to Jordan Bovey. Vikings going to run a little bit of clock here. Out to Hydorn, to Goodell, to Shipman. Shipman to Bovey, then to Hydorn. Out to Goodell. Minute 22 to go. We're going to get a whistle and a foul called on Fleischauer. It's going to send Goodell to the line for 2. Or for 1 and 1, I should say. First shot is on the way. It doesn't go, and coming away with it is Hannah Forster. Minute 15 to go. She's on the left side. Gets it out to Bauer. Three-pointer on the way. Rebound knocked out of bounds. Last touch by the Vikings. Wolves will have it. Under their own basket. Lily Webb to inbound. Tries to get it into Hannah. She does. Tries to put the shot up. Clean block that time by Hajdukovic. Jordan Bovey has it, gets it over to Shipman and Hydorn. Under a minute to go. Vikings with it over on the right side. Goodell with it. Out to Shipman, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul. This is on Hannah Forster. It'll be the 10th foul. It's 4th foul on Forster. 10th team foul, so the Vikings are in the double bonus. First shot on the way, it doesn't go. Vikings can't get shots to drop no matter how hard they try tonight. Kenna Shipman with her second. On the way, no, it won't go either. Down the floor quickly comes Hannah Forster. Vikings up by 6, 40 seconds remaining. They feed it over to Lily Webb on the left side, out high to Fleischauer. Gets it back over to the right side to Hannah, drives to the baseline, and we get a jump ball called. Tied up down there, and the possession arrow's in favor of the Vikings. Ball comes into Goodell, and she's kind of grabbed a little bit by Fleischauer. It'll be the second foul on Fleischauer. So, Kaysen Goodell to the line for 2. 29 seconds remaining. First shot's on the way. It's good. And the Colfax crowd erupts with cheers because they're finally off the 38-point score. Second shot on the way, and that one's nothing but net that time. Down the floor come the Wolves. Vikings by 8, 40-32. Fleischauer into the lane. Feeds it out to Bauer on the left side. Tries the baseline. Stop there. Gets it out to Forster and puts it up no good. Rebound chased down. Goodell with it. And down the floor come the Vikings. 6 seconds, 5 seconds remaining. Hydorn puts it on her hip, and that's going to be your final score. Vikings 40. And the EPC Wolves 32. Well, I'll tell you what, it wasn't pretty, but it was a victory. 40-32. Vikings go to 15-6 on the season with a 10-3 record in the Dunn-St. Croix Conference. And we'll have more about tonight's game right after this timeout when we get to Viking postgame. You've been tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network, NLWN-TV, and Viking TV.
world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. All right, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight. Both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand, trying to text somebody back. Because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
Thank you for joining us for Colfax Viking Girls Basketball. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Viking Post Game, where we'll take a look back at today's Viking game.
The central and midwestern U.S. averages more than 850 tornadoes each year, and lately, the number of floods has been rising in the region too. So chances are, there will be more twisters and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are, you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Time now for Viking Postgame, with a wrap-up of today's Colfax Viking Girls game. And now, Viking Postgame.
And we're back here at Elmwood High School, where the Vikings have just knocked off the Elmwood Plum City Wolves by a score of 40-32 in a game that wasn't very pretty, but as Coach Serrar has said many, many times when we've talked to her, it doesn't matter who you're playing, they're going to bring their A game. And I think the defense of the EPC Wolves caused some problems for the Vikings, and some of the Viking inexperience showed up a little bit as well. But the EPC Wolves came through and played a pretty tough game, hard-nosed game. Never could quite get over the hump. Vikings led from wire to wire, but the Wolves kept it close, and you never really felt comfortable and safe about it. Taking a look at the scoring for tonight's game, I'll tell you what, why don't we do that right after this real quick timeout. You're tuned to Viking Post Game on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
The Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-2 are proud to announce that this spring they will be your viewing home for Eau Claire Cowboys football. Check out www.northernlightwebcastingnetwork.com for times and dates. That's Eau Claire Cowboy football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-2. Soon the weather will change and you'll be able to breathe in the clean fresh air of spring. And you know what comes right along with that. That's right, it will be time for Eau Claire Cavalier baseball. Follow the Cavaliers all season long right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and NLWN-TV. Be sure to check out our website at www.northernlightwebcastingnetwork.com for our current broadcast schedule.
Back here at Elmwood High School, and Viking post game as the Vikings come out on top tonight, 40-32. Waiting for Coach Serrar to come over. I see her working her way across the gym, so I'm just going to hold off on those stats until she comes over to talk with us here, because I think she is just about ready to do that as she's working her way up the bleachers. And here she comes. Well, Coach, there were a few moments there you kind of had to hold your breath, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I never thought we were, going to lose or anything, but, we definitely didn't make things easy for ourselves. I know that. A combination of turnovers, and I don't even want to know what we shot from the free throw line. But, sometimes that just happens. It seems like everything that could go wrong was going wrong. But I at the end of the day, we won, and we still made plays when we had to, and all that matters is we got the W. So,
and actually, some of this, the EPC Wolves were pretty aggressive on their defense. That may have thrown a bit of a wrench into the gears there, and might have thrown your girls a little bit off the stride. And you've said many times through the season, it doesn't matter who you're playing, they are going to bring their A game.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we always get everyone's best game, and we know that. And I was kind of disappointed with how we just didn't seem ready to play tonight. And hopefully, this kind of teaches us a lesson that hey, it doesn't matter who you play, you got to come ready. We're running out of guaranteed games left. Pretty soon, we show up like that, and we're toast in the playoffs.
It's one and done. So. Once you get a couple weeks from now, it'll be one and done.
Yeah. So I'm hoping the girls just learn from it and come ready to work. We don't have much time off, so we got Fall Creek on Monday. So just looking forward to the next game.
Now, was it Ainsley's knee that was an issue late in the first half, or?
Yeah, I think it's been bothering her, and it just doesn't pay to have it get worse here. So we chose to sit her, which obviously that hurts us, on the inside. She brings a lot defensively and, on the rebounding side. But, I thought a lot of kids, stepped up. I know I put, Jordan in a tough spot. I know I put Bryn in a tough spot, and I thought they handled it well. And,
and they got some really valuable playing time.
Yeah, for sure. So,
sometimes those kids, they come in during mop-up time, but the game was on the line here, and they had to actually go in and perform, and I thought they did a pretty nice job.
Yeah. They, everybody who's, everybody got a chance to play. I know that. So, I think, I was just happy with how, we took care of the ball at the end in delay and made them foul us. We finally did make some free throws. So, yeah.
Well, congratulations on the win. It's off to taking on Fall Creek on Monday, and we'll see you then. Thank you for joining us, Viking head coach Courtney Serrar, and we'll be back with the totals on tonight's game right after this timeout. You're tuned to Viking Postgame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Join us at NLWN-2 for exciting Colfax High School boys basketball.
This is what we came in for!
Our next game will be on Monday, February 13th, when the Vikings travel to Amory, Wisconsin to take on the Amory Warriors. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-2 begins with Viking pregame at 6:35 p.m. That's live Colfax Viking boys basketball on NLWN-2 on Monday, February 13th.
And we're back here at Elmwood High School, and let's take a look at the scores of scoring totals for tonight's game. The Vikings came out on top 40-32. First of all, for the Elmwood Plum City Wolves, they were led in scoring by Lily Webb, who had 8 points. She was followed by Allison Fleischauer, along with Isabella Forrester. Each of them had 7. And then came Hannah Forrester with 6, and Haley Webb with 4 for a total of 32. For the Vikings, they were led by McKenna Shipman, who had 16 points. From the free throw line, she went 3 for 6 from the free throw line, but a couple of critical misses at the end that, thank goodness, it didn't cost them the game. But as Coach Serrar was saying, she didn't even want to know what they were shooting from the line. Well, behind Shipman came Kaysen Goodell, who put up 12 points. She went 2 for 5 from the free throw line. Then came Ainsley Olson, who only played in the first half, and she put up 7 points, but only went 1 for 4 from the free throw line. And she was followed by Jeanette Hajdukovic, who put up 4 points, and Autumn Nigaman put up 2, and Jordan Bovey missed her only free throw attempt. And that's a total of 40. So, the Vikings end up taking the win. It wasn't pretty, but that's what happens. And we will have Viking basketball coming up on Monday, and I'd like to invite you to join NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network on Monday, February 13th, as the Viking girls are going to play host to the Fall Creek Crickets. Live coverage will begin with Viking pregame beginning at 6:50, and that will be followed by all the live play-by-play action. That's Colfax Girls Basketball, Monday, February 13th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Also, on Monday the 13th, you can also click over to NLWN-2 as the Viking boys will travel to Amory to take on the Amory Warriors in a non-conference battle. Live coverage will begin with Viking pregame beginning at 6:35 on that one, and that'll be followed by all the live play-by-play action. That's Colfax boys basketball on Monday, February 13th on NLWN-2. Don't forget that the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV are excited to once again be your home for Eau Claire Cavalier baseball. Follow the Cavaliers throughout the 2023 season on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Also, Eau Claire has a reborn semi-pro football team. It was a team that existed before COVID, and then COVID kind of shut them down. New ownership and a whole new look, the Eau Claire Cowboys. And NLWN-2, along with the Northern Light Webcasting Network, are excited to be your broadcast home for Cowboy football. And so you can follow the Cowboys throughout the 2023 season on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-2. Please don't forget that tonight's Colfax High School basketball game has been brought to you by the Colfax Animal Hospital. Let Dr. Buckley and his friendly staff take care of your pet. Dairy State Bank, where they're banking on relationships. Midwest Environmental Consultants, soil testers for the Chippewa Valley. Anderson Bridges, who've been manufacturing prefabricated steel truss bridges since 1989. Slayton's Technology, IT provider for the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax, comfort food the way Mom used to make it. And FitFam Nutrition of Colfax, with drinks that taste as good as their names sound. Plus, they're healthy. Be sure to thank these fine sponsors for bringing you Colfax Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. So for Dustin Nigaman, who kept the numbers straight for us, and Lynn Nigaman, who gave us the great camera shots, this is Rick Olson. Final score once again, Colfax Vikings 40 and the Elmwood Plum City Wolves 32. You've been tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You've been listening to Viking Postgame, a wrap-up of today's Colfax Viking Girls game. You can catch Colfax Vikings games by tuning in to any of the Northern Light Webcasting Network outlets. This has been a production of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.